Welcome back to microeconomics class. We are still on market structure. In this class, I'll be discussing short-run equilibrium of a monopolistic competitor. That is, short-run equilibrium of a firm in a monopolistic competition. So, in the short run, there are three situations in which firms in a monopolistic competition can find themselves. So, the first situation, I call it case 1, and the case of abnormal profit. Just like monopoly, just like a perfect competition. That just like we have in a perfect competition. Case 2 is the case of normal profit. Case 3, that's the case of loss. Okay. All these three situations are possible for a firm in a monopolistic competition. Okay. Case of abnormal profit, normal profit, and loss. So in this class, I'll be discussing case 1. This is anyway. Case 1 in this class. So the case of normal profit. So the diagram, let's draw the diagram for a monopolistic competitor. So it just like the diagram for a monopoly. Anyway, so we have output, we have price and cost here. We have the origin. Don't forget we have average revenue, which also represents the non-cost. We have marginal revenue, cost. Then let's draw the marginal cost of where MCM have rates, that is the equilibrium point. So I'll trace it down. So I name it QE. To determine the equivalent price, I will continue to trade from the equivalent until I get to the price line, which is average revenue line. Then I trace it to this side, which is the price axis here. Okay. So let me introduce average cost curve so that we determine the price. So this only tells you about the equilibrium point. So it does not tell you whether the firm is making profit or not. So let's introduce average cost curve. So I introduce average cost curve, I introduce it here, this average cost. Okay. To determine the average cost at this particular level output, so I check where this line that's coming from equilibrium touches AC code. It touches it here. So let me name this A. So let me this B, C, D. Okay. So to recap, we have the equivalent point is obtained as point D. This equivalent output. We continue to trace it up until we get to point B. At point P, this line touches demand curve, though we trace it to the price axis. Okay, we name it P. Okay, now we also cut from the equilibrium, we trace it until it touches AC curve, we trace it to this side, that is A. Okay, so I'm going to explain the essence of doing this. Okay, now from this diagram, if you am to determine the equivalent quantity, the equivalent quantity is obtained where we have MC equal to M half. You see that this is MC and this is M bar. This is where they meet at point B. That's the equivalent point. The corresponding output level is QE, which is here. The price is this. We trace it from equilibrium until we get to the demand curve. Okay, we have to trace it up, not from here. We trace it up, so it touches demand curve at point P, at point B. It touches demand curve at point B. Then we trace to the price axis here, we name it P. So equivalent price here is equal to P. Okay. Now, what is average cost at this equilibrium level? We go back to equilibrium, we continue to trace until it touches AC curve. It touches AC curve at point C. This is AC curve. Then we trace it to the cost axis. This is the price and cost. So we have AC equals to A. Okay. So this equivalent price, this is equivalent quantity, this is equivalent price, and this is average cost. Now, what of total revenue? The total revenue here is generally is price multiplied by Q. So what is the price here? The price here is P. So let me name it PE to indicate equilibrium. PE. So the price here is PE multiplied by QE. Okay, that is the total revenue, or simply the rectangular area OPE BQE. OPEBQE. Okay. Also, the total cost. Let me write there. The total cost, the formula is average cost multiplied by Q. What our average cost? The average cost is where it touches AC of here, we trace it here. Average cost is A, then multiply by Q. Given one is QE. Okay, don't forget this P. Okay, this average cost A multiplied by Q, that's total cost. Or the rectangular area OA CQE. Okay, so what is the profit now? The profit here is simply equals to total revenue minus total cost, which is equals, what is total revenue here? PE multiplied by QE, then minus total cost A multiplied by QE. Okay, or this rectangular area PEA BC. So this portion represents abnormal profit. Okay. So it is abnormal. We call the abnormal profit because the profit is positive. Okay, and normal profit when the profit is zero. When the profit is negative, we call it loss. Okay. In other words, we have or PEA BC. That represents the profit of the firm. Okay, this is the case of abnormal profit of the firm. So don't forget to like the video, drop your comment, and also share the videos to benefit others. Thank you.